All right, Derek, I know a lot of this 7-on-7 is a lot about quarterbacks. It's a lot about building chemistry with wide receivers. I thought all three quarterbacks had moments today that they did well, and then there were some teaching moments as well.
Yeah, did some good things. I was pleased, but it's 7-on-7. It's not real football, but it's a chance to get out here and, throw and catch. And so obviously we've got a long way to go replacing so much from last year's team. So, but yeah, pleased with the night and got some good work. And Campbell County's got a good team, and they do it the right way. And so I think both teams got a lot of good work in.
What are you looking for day one coming out of the dead period, as far as them being sharp, being where they need to be mentally and physically?
Yeah, I mean, we expect them to execute, and I don't think any coach is going to expect anything less. I think if you we kind of have the mentality that we just dive right in and not really take it slow and just dive in and coach on the way, coach them up as best we can. And that's one thing that 7-on-7 does give you a chance to do, is coach things and really spend more time on things, especially in the passing game, that you may not have time for in practice because you're playing real football, in practice most of the time. So, but again, yeah, it gives us a chance to execute, and we're going to jump right in.
Still rotating your quarterbacks. What did you like out of all three of those guys? I mean, Tanner coming off the baseball field being your third guy, he even looked sharp today.
He did. I mean, Tanner's such a strong arm and a great athlete. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's going to be a weapon and an asset. I thought Cade and Braden both had good days and both had moments, and as of right now, we'll just continue to rotate until one of them takes the job. And that'll happen probably as we get into scrimmages and start putting pads on. It's hard to tell much about a kid at quarterback until you have pads on. There's kids all over the country that can throw it and move in the pocket, but then when you put pads on, it's a little bit different. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about where we're at, though. We've still got a long way to go.
Last thing, A.J. Davis is obviously a huge weapon for you guys, a D1 athlete. Y'all didn't overwork him today. Yeah, he had a couple of touchdown catches, but I think the most impressive thing for me was, out of all your guys, he was the one teaching the most for the younger guys.
He's a great teammate, and that's something that we preach. You might have heard it right there in the huddle, cheering for your own guys and being engaged when you're not in, whether, you might maybe not be the first string, or whether you are in first string right now and you're cheering for other guys. It's got to go both ways, and loving each other and caring for each other, and AJ, he embodies that, caring about his teammates, putting the team first. And he made some plays out here today, but what I was more impressed with was the fact that he was engaged with those younger guys, and a lot of those seniors were too. A lot of those seniors and upperclassmen were, and so that's good stuff. That makes us all better, builds depth. So that's.
All right, obviously going against Maryville in any situation, whether it's 7-on-7, scrimmage, or regular season, is going to be difficult. Did you want that intentionally, that first day back from dead period, to have that difficulty right off the bat?
Yeah, we've been throwing with Maryville for the last couple of years, and Coach Hunt and I know each other well, and we know when we come together, it's going to get a lot of good work. And it's the same thing I told our kids. When you go against Maryville, if you're a second early or an inch early or a second late or an inch late, they expose you and make you pay for that. So it was good. There were times where we threw it on time and we looked good, and there were times we were a second late and they made us pay. So that's something that, obviously they set the standard in Tennessee as far as high school football goes, and their coaches do a phenomenal job. So our kids see that, and then from there we just continue to grow and get better. And obviously it's the first one back from the dead period, so a lot of mistakes that you expect, but there's a lot of work to be done.
What do you like about Landon Addington's game right now, as far as him being under center, the way he's seeing the plays, going through progressions and everything that he needs to do?
He's got a very high football IQ, and he's very coachable. And one thing I like about him, he'll self-correct himself. By the time he gets to me, he can tell me what he did wrong. And I think when you can self-correct as a quarterback, mentally and even physically, I think that's when you can get to that next step. And he's there. He's a senior. He's bought his time, and we were used to kind of starting sophomores and grooming them. And he's not like that, but he's got a lot of confidence, and he understands where he wants to be, and he's willing to work to get there.
How come y'all don't have any T. Hodge players or A.J. Davis? I mean, those guys are pretty special.
Yeah, they are. They're fun to watch, and it's the same thing. We had a corner early. He just hesitated just a second, and I think it was number 3, Davis. He was gone. So it's again, that's good for our kids to see, but it's going to be fun to watch those guys this year. Coach Hunt's they're going to be exciting again.
Y'all have a lot of 7-on-7s coming up the next week or so before you really start to put the pads on. What's the next step after today?
We'll throw again in the morning, and Thursday and then Saturday, and hopefully we just progress and eliminate some of the mistakes we had today, and then, you know, put the 7-on-7 behind us and focus on, you know, I guess real football per se. But, you know, this fits who we are as a program and what we like to do, and so this is great practice for us. It's something that we value very much around here, and so we'll do that, continue to develop some depth, and we got some young kids out here right now that I think can be very talented, but they just got to get some confidence and experience.